Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back with another video from Nugstaku, and today we're checking out how Toei killed the 3 fundamentals of adaptation in One Piece. Now, I am manga only, but whenever I check out reviews from like Totally Not Mark or watch other videos from people, I do see that a lot of people complain about the pacing of the anime, or, you know, other things that, you know, problems. Like, people really didn't like Skypiea, but that was because of the anime's adaptation. So I'm intrigued to see what Nugstaku has to say on this. Get more of an insight on what they may be doing wrong with the actual anime. I'm so glad I'm watching the manga, and I'm hoping this is just going to further push that and make me feel better about just reading the manga as well. So let's check it out, how Toei killed the 3 fundamentals of adaptation in One Piece.
When a manga is adapted into an anime, there's a simple reason behind it. Money.
Yep.
And unfortunately, that shows all too often, especially in long-running anime. That's
Oh god.
anyone wants to hear, but it's an unfortunate,
It's true.
undeniable verity. From our
Yeah.
perspective, however, the reason for an adaptation is to enhance the source material in some way, shape, or form. Because otherwise, we may as well just read the source material. For the most part, putting images on paper into animations on screen is that improvement we've all been waiting for. And there are 3 fundamental requirements
It is nice to see it
that
sometimes.
an anime would need to possess for this enhancement to take place.
Okay.
Of course, it goes without saying that I will not be talking about the unspoken 4th requirement. You know, being following the source material and not pulling a Blue Exorcist Valkyria Chronicles erased bullcrap ending out of their assholes. Luckily, those 3 titles that I've mentioned off the top of my head,
like changing it completely.
Pictures, which essentially takes the place in my heart as the strip club of anime studios.
Very
But
terrible.
that's a discussion for another day. When A1 Pictures adapts an anime and actually remains true to the source material, it generally does do a good job of
Right,
the other
yeah,
3
fair enough.
fundamentals
Good
that
job,
Toei
Kev.
Animation, which is our target today,
Oh, no.
really sucks at. Even though most of A1 Pictures adaptations happen to coincidentally be light novel, harem king, battle fantasy, generic, I have a more colorful sword than you type anime, there are 3 fundamentals that need to be kept, and why despite really enjoying the One Piece manga, the anime feels a bit like a slap in the face.
No.
And I can never wholeheartedly recommend to anyone, unless I'm trying to brainwash some kid into otakuism and they have like infinite time or something. Those lucky bastards. I'm talking
Very
to you,
lucky.
Josh, who watched the entire Naruto franchise up to Boruto in a month. God damn.
How would you do? How? That seems impossible.
How not to adapt a manga, because the Toei bastards managed to screw up all 3 of these integral characteristics
God, here we
of
go.
animation in this one damn show. I'll get to the why aspect later on, but firstly, and this one's a bit obvious, so I won't spend much time on it, but the animation has to look nicer than the freaking manga. And needless to say, it has to flow nicer than the manga. This is a perfect transition to say, frig you, Berserk, for not having a half-decent adaptation. For like
Yeah, I've seen. I've actually started reading Berserk. Just started reading it now, so.
Many anime elitists like to point out how animation is merely a superficial aspect to the anime art.
I mean, it does need to look alright though, doesn't it? Like, come on, to an extent.
But while I agree, and there is a lot more to any series than its animation, I'm very happy to point out that this video is ranting on the adaptation of Toei, not the actual series. This is important, and I'm pretty sure all you guys get it. So, I'm not going to take your time expressing how infuriating it is that every time you pause the goddamn screen, you get more awkward images than if you were to pause the Lost Pause YouTube channel. And that's saying something. Every time I watch a series from this studio, I get the impression over and over that it's run by this one fat, hairy dude in his mother's basement, and he's just throwing episodes together.
Oh my god, Jesus, is it that bad?
Series that frickin' go on forever and slowly deteriorate as time passes.
Whoa.
Occasionally, this sad sap of a human being that I like to call Tom gets his even lamer brother Ted to join him in this Toei basement, and that's when Toei decides to introduce a new series. Tom pawns One Piece off to Ted, since it already has its fan base that'll watch it, whatever.
Right.
So that Tom can now pick up, for example, Dragon Ball Super or World Trigger or some other anime that they can frig around with those still frames and fight scenes and people talking in the stands to stretch out moments that should take a quarter of the time. Oh, and you know, speaking of bargain basement fight scenes, that's a decent transition to number 2. So, secondly, the pacing. This is important.
Pacing.
Somehow
Here we
Toei
are.
nailed this one down to a T in every shape or form to chart out the most drawn-out scenes and movements in the anime industry. Credit, however, is deserving to be given when credit is due, and I greatly appreciate that percentage-wise there's far less filler in Toei shows compared to, for example, Pierrot with Naruto and Bleach.
Yeah,
where, like,
so much of it. Oh my god.
But Tom is a clever, crafty little bastard, and as far as complete arcs or complete episodes, yes, they only make up to a small 13% of the series compared to Naruto's 44% and Bleach's 45%. And while that's nice and all, and of course greatly appreciated, it's still unfortunate that 70% of each episode isn't in the manga. Clever bastard. It's not counted as a filler episode if it's only mostly filler due to drawing out conversations that already exist in the manga, but adding additional conversations between onlookers.
Really?
Or
Oh,
faking
right.
attempts at comedy that actually spoils a lot of the humor in the original manga, which is pretty hilarious actually. Or as just a recent example in the fights between Luffy and Cracker, it wasn't even 2 full chapters of the manga, but the fight in the anime somehow lasted 8 freaking episodes.
Really?
There was only 3 minutes of fighting in each episode. Funny as that sounds,
Whoa.
there was barely any addition to the actual choreography.
So glad I'm reading the manga, man.
Of the actual battle from the manga. Rather, there was so much recap, talking, shifting perspectives to other characters, essentially brain farting contests. Congratulations, you only have 2.5 minutes of original footage for the battle in this episode. What's more is, a lot of Oda's art is written in a fashion that gives perception of flowing time, and expresses a lot more in an image than that could be expressed in a paragraph, helping it enhance the world without requiring time devoted to this task. At this point, I suggest you check out the video made by Super Eye Patch Wolf on why you should watch read, but more read One Piece. The answer is you should read it, and if you watch that video while having in mind that all the details he reveals in the manga and the awesomeness there are mostly failed in the anime due to its absurd pacing and over-expressiveness. It's like the entire freaking anime suffers from brachiotosis. Brachiotosis, for those of you who don't know, is an anime illness where a lot of obvious shit is explained to the audience because they're
I love that
freaking
brachiotosis.
morons. And the term actually comes from Brock himself, as seen here.
I think for Ash, the biggest challenge is going to be how to stop 2 opponents using combination attacks.
No shit, Sherlock.
If those beams had hit their mark, this match would have been over.
No shit, Sherlock.
I think they're storing up Thunder's electricity in their bodies.
No shit, Sherlock.
Carrying that Thunder gave Pikachu and Swellow the power to break through the light screen.
No shit, Sherlock.
Brachiotosis will become a meme, even if it's the only thing my channel accomplishes, it will happen. Link to iPad's video in the description. And I feel like I don't even need to get into why I dislike that every episode is 3 minutes of theme song, 4 to 7 minutes of recap, and 2 to 3 minutes
Oh,
of
mate.
brief for the next episode, which will start with another motherfucking recap. And thirdly, the music is produced by the third brother, Tim. And this guy is a real special bastard because his music style is essentially taking a fully automatic miniature paintball gun, shooting up some line paper because those are the notes to the beautiful, majestic chords we hear in Toei animation. And I'll play some of its best work. Warning, the following is the only one good OST in the whole One Piece.
Oh, God. Sounds cool.
It's that one song that anyone will say, oh, I like the music in One Piece because of this one song. And
Right.
yeah, Toei knows that too, which is why it plays at every even slightly epic moment or fight.
Oh,
in the whole
okay, just keep
fucking
using that.
series. As we all know, there's no music in manga, and that's one of the
Well,
things
of
we
course.
want to see in an adaptation, so it's not really a nitpick. And also, if it's done correctly, it could amp up the emotion meter as well as help the whole immersion experience to a large extent. You have a fight scene like Kirito versus the Gleam Eyes. The level of ass-pull in that fight was monumental. But
Yes.
despite that, if you're watching SAO and you're trying not to be overcritical about everything, this fight feels like pretty much awesomeness because the animation is gorgeous and the music is freaking impactful.
It's got
That's
everything,
what the
yeah.
aesthetics of animation are supposed to achieve. Here are some epic scenes in One Piece. And while I'm obviously no master at this game, and it's impossible to get rid of background music without getting rid of some of the sound effects, let me know what you think.
Yo. Dead cool. It's epic. Yeah. Adds to that. My Hero Academia? You say run. Oh, that goes with anything though, doesn't it? That's dead cool, yeah, that's really good. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I get that. That's cool.
Yeah, if that was
Epic.
done by professionals, it
Epic.
would have probably turned out a lot better. But in all, the title of this video is basically the 3 ways Toei ruined One Piece. But another accurate title would have been How Toei Screwed Up All 3 of the Fundamentals of Adaptation. This wasn't exactly my average video, being that I don't generally harp on adaptations. Altogether, I'm pretty sure this is the second One Piece video I've ever made. So of
Oh,
course,
wow,
if
okay,
you guys want me to do more One Piece stuff, be it parody or analysis, I actually did have the intention to focus on One Piece a bit later on, because I'm currently working on Naruto as a more main project.
Cool.
Between the honest descriptions and the analyses and whatever. Let me know if you want One Piece sooner, is basically what I'm trying to say. I hope you enjoyed, and of course the future output of this channel is by no means set in stone, so I appreciate any input in the comment section
Don't we
as
know
to what
it.
you want next, or just what subject you want it to be on. Also, if you leave a like, it'll have 1 more like than if you wouldn't have left that like.
That's
And
true.
feel free to subscribe for more stuff.
He's not
What kind of
wrong.
stuff, you ask? Roll the outro.
Brilliant. Damn, so that's further like made me feel better about the fact that I am manga only. I love the One Piece manga, absolutely love it. And yeah, if the animation's off or they just the pacing is the one thing I've seen, and yeah, he was talking about that, so yeah, awesome. Anyway, thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, link is in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month is all that helps support the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys very much for that. And thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe, and leave comments down below. Let me know what you should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys next time.